All right. Hey, thanks so much for clicking on the video link for an idle chat. My name is Natalie, and I get to interview this very lovely gentleman from Florida, Herb Freed, not Herb Fried, Herb Freed. How are you, Herb?
I'm doing great.
Excellent. Are you ready to go for an idle chat?
Sure.
All right. We promise that it'll be relatively painless.
Okay.
All right. Herb, first question. For breakfast, are you a fan of a sweet breakfast or a savory breakfast?
Well, you just opened the can of worms here because um, I'm on the carnivore diet. I've been on for 3 years, and which is just beef and eggs and butter and salt and I think that's about it. I do end up because I'm not the only one in my household who's on it. I mean, who I'm the only one in my household who's on it. So there's other stuff, and that sometimes gets in the way. But basically, I don't have breakfast. I don't start eating till about noon.
Oh my gosh. Well,
And I'm
you're
never hungry
stronger.
on this diet, by the way.
Oh, well, all right. So if it works for you, I think that's great. I'm a big fan of the breakfast.
Mhm.
Herb, next question. When you're driving along in the car, alone or with somebody, you ever sing along to the radio or break out into song?
Yes,
What do you sing?
whatever's playing on the radio.
Whatever it's playing. What kind of music are you
Well, if
listening to?
it's, music of the 60s, kind of, that's probably the most, you know, my
All right.
my genre.
Singing along to the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good man. Herb, when you're flying, are you a window or an aisle kind of guy?
Well, that depends on my wife, how but no, actually, I'd rather be in the aisle. It's more room, less cramped.
Yeah. Gives you a little more liberty to get up and move about.
Mm-hmm.
Good choice. All right. Moving on. Next question. Are you an audiobook, ebook, or paper reader?
Well, actually, um, kind of interchangeably. I actually wrote a book um, called Crazy Herb's Hebrew Words. It's basically a book on memory techniques, on learning Hebrew and Jewish culture. And I originally wrote it in 2007. I updated it with illustrations in about 2019. So I may have put that in without. In any event, I don't spend a lot of time reading books and
Not reading, but writing.
writing them. Yes,
That is more
I'm
than
with
fair and
AI.
trade.
With AI now, I think I've cracked a new potential opening for. You might get Crazy Herb's Spanish words or other things in the future.
I would read that book. Uh, Mr. Freed, how
Yes.
do you unwind after a long week of being a neutral?
Well, I don't have long weeks being a neutral. I mean, I may have several, but they're all really. I really enjoy doing it. And I'm actually retired from the firm. Our firm is Freed and Freed, and my wife is a board certified family law attorney, and she does run the practice, and I've retired from that. I'm just doing mediations and arbitrations, so maybe two or three or more a week, and I just enjoy it.
All right.
So
And what do you do
no,
in your off time then, when as
oh,
a retired professional?
um, I do woodworking, and I have a boat and try to fish and things like that.
Very well rounded. Good on you, Herb. Let's see. Next question, sir. What is the wallpaper on your phone? Very personal question.
Let me take a look. I'm not sure. Well, it might be my granddaughter, Delaney, who goes to Penn State. Picture of hers, um, something like that. It's not coming up, so I don't know. But nothing, I'll change it from time to time.
That's what we all do. For the purposes of this video, we'll say it's your granddaughter so that when she watches this video, she's pleased.
That's fine.
All right. Uh, do you happen to remember what your favorite course was when you were in primary school?
Oh, probably math. Hmm.
Solid foundation in math is never to be underestimated. All right. When you are trying to convey information, personal or business, what's your preference, Herb, an email or a phone call?
I think it works out better with an email unless it's a particular subject that, a phone call, but you want it in writing. You want to make sure you've expressed yourself the way you need to and get the response in writing for the future. So email is my preferred way.
Email. All right. Sir, what three items would you want if you were on a desert island?
A boat, um, a, um, a cruise ship coming by that I could wave to, um, probably one of those container ship containers uh, filled with all the necessities of life that would be, stuck on shore.
Like your list. You're a man that thinks ahead. Good for you. Uh, if you were to rent a big billboard and the requirement was you had to put on a really good piece of advice, what piece of advice would you want put up on a billboard?
I, I don't know. Let me see. Don't watch me, watch the road.
That's an excellent answer to that question. Well done, sir. All right. Herb, tell me, what is your favorite part about the neutral work you do, either as an arbitrator or a mediator? What do you love most about the resolution industry?
Well, let's see. It's almost everyone is very respectful and listens to, at least appears to listen to what I'm saying. Um, One of my things is I always say, um, well, initially when I started doing work, I would feel a little bit odd about asking people personal questions, say in family law especially, and I would get into more details as far as what was going on with their lives in connection with it, but beyond what would be the standard questions. And at first I felt kind of guilty, like I was prying. And then I realized that I came up with an explanation for me, which is everyone's reasonable in mediation according to the according to the rules of the world they live in. So if that's the case, it's helpful to know what are those rules. So even though they may come across and say, well, they want, you know, well, something that's really, you think that's nuts, really bizarre. But if you go into it and you ask the questions and you find out, then sometimes because typically they will be consistent with those rules in other things, so that you can fashion a settlement, keeping being aware of that. It's the typical old thing about zest from an orange or the juice of an orange. But if you need to know more about whether they're a chef or or something else, so that basically is where I kind of look at it.
I've never had that answer before. I like that answer a lot. Yeah, well done. Now, if somebody wanted to get information about you, I know that you're on the panel of the NADN. Where else can folks find some information about you and your
Well,
practice?
actually, it would be. That's the website I primarily use. The National Association Academy of Distinguished Neutrals. If you go on that website, you'll find all my background and everything else you need to know, schedule and everything.
Get all the goods on Herb.
That's it.
All right. Herb, thank you so much for joining me for an idle chat.
Okay.
You're a funny guy, Herb.
Thank you.